So, alright, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yoshai, Ba'Shem, Rakakodash. We say, them the apostles and elders agree with us and rule well, our teachers are apostles in the truth. And we say, salutations, sorry, I came out to push on truth and say, in and the out. Constantly in season on season, we say, Shalom. Once again, going into that video here, and let's go in this lockdown that's taking place over in China, right? Well, this, as you can see, you see what happened in here, you see panic buying, which I'm going to play the video here right now.
Not panic buying if you've already seen the food run out elsewhere.
You understand? So you hear what they say, run out of food, which will cause what? Famine. And you know what happens when it's famine? It as I say, panic. You know, without that food, chaos, chaos happens, you know. You see chaotic scenes, and that is what we're seeing here right now. Everybody just rushing to buy out stuff. You know, basically when you watch some of the images, some of the pictures, you're seeing where the grocery is literally empty. There's nothing in stock. You understand? And we already know worldwide there's having a shortages on supplies. Right? Now I'm gonna jump to our script here. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 4. I'll start from verse 4, right? You know what? I'll start from verse 1. It says, behold, speak down the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So all these things are faithful and all these things written here are faithful and true. All these things that are written are going to happen, are going to take place. It says, speak down the ears of my people the words of prophecy. And that is what we do. These things you see in here is prophecies that are meant to happen, that are going to happen, that are happening, right? And don't get tired. Just because you feel you're somewhere else in the world, it's not going to happen to you. It's basically going to happen to you. It's going to happen soon. You understand? Some people believe that just because it's not happening to them right now, it's not going to happen. They're not even keeping up with things that happen in worldwide, right? With the shortages of supplies, the shortages of stocks, the shutdown of the truckers and so forth. All these things it will add to what? To when you go in your grocery, you're not seeing certain supplies, and eventually it'll just be a decrease until it trickle down to what? To nothing. And that is when now it's panic. You're not prepared. Hey, and when those stuff start to happen, you get chaos. Then you start to get you turn to then it turn to what? Killings. It turn to cannibalism. All these things it turn to, because famine is a serious thing, right? It says, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So yes, so it says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said the Lord, I'll bring plagues upon the world. So he'll bring plagues upon the world. He didn't say one part of it. He didn't say piece of it. He didn't say this particular land. He said, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So he mentioned all this stuff. And these are things that you're seeing right now. So what? I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
People of Beijing know what happened in the lockdown of Shanghai. The food shortages, the government supplies that when they eventually arrived rotten.
So you hear that? It have a shortage, and even when other stuff come, it was the other stuff that come was rotten. You understand? So they could not even get restocked because the stuff was spoiled. And these are things that happening that some people mightn't even pay attention on. They don't even watch the news to know where it's taking place. Right? So it say for all unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. Bring plagues. Right? Let me show you something. When you look up the word plague, right? I'll do a quick Google search on the word plagues. Right? Just give me a minute here. Right, it's a plague. It's a contagious bacterial disease characterized by fever or delirium, typically with the formation of the bubonic plague and some infection. It's a cause or continual, right? It's a cause continual trouble or distress too. And that is where it is. They say to bring the place is a cause of continual trouble. And when you read cause of continual trouble, right? And when you go to the where it say here, it say, behold, I will bring plagues upon the world. So it's a cause of and continual trouble, continual stuff happening. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. As it say, continual trouble. All these things is trouble. All these things is the words. They say pester or harass someone continually. Say pester, a plague, you know what I mean? Pester or harass someone continually. Right? So you say right. They say for wickedness are the sin polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled. So yeah, so at the end of the plagues, the plague mention what? The plagues upon the world, right? The sword, famine, death, and destruction. We see that taking place. We see the plagues taking place. We see the wars happening. We see the uproars of the people and so forth. And things are only going to get worse. 2nd Ezra chapter 14. I'll go to verse I'll go straight to 2nd Ezra chapter 14. I'm gonna go straight to the point here. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14. I'll go straight no, I'm gonna start from verse 15. Right? No, I'm gonna start from verse 14. It said, let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. It says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. And haste thee to flee from these times. Right? For yet greater evils and those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. So you see greater evils. And that is where you're seeing on a great increase, greater evils, things happening. Just imagine that. Hear what the news reporter now say here, right?
Eventually arrived rotten. The food shortages, the government supplies that when they eventually arrived rotten.
That food shortages, and even when the government supplies come, it was rotten, so they still could not get a restock. It's a greater evil to say, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. So it's a evil shall increase, and that is what we see in evil increase. You know, it is to be hungry, starving, you need food, and when they do send supplies, it's rotten. Wow.
They're looking after themselves because they fear the Chinese Communist Party won't.
It's chaotic scenes you see happening around the world. But these were things that are sent from the Lord. You understand? I say evil shall increase, so it are far worse to come. And this is just at the time that we're in, we are at the end. You understand? So pay attention, take heed. You know? So with that, we give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yoshai, Ba'asham, Kodash. We see the apostles and elders agree, Muslim, our teachers, our apostles in the truth. And we say salutations, holy Akim, truth, and say, Din and the out. You know, constantly in season, we say, Shalom.